Hello guys, and welcome back to episode 4 of my Turda campaign playing on the Allied side. Today we're going to be continuing our bridgehead. We've managed to get across and we want to destroy the 2nd Battalion of the 3rd Tank Regiment before they reorganize. So that's going to be a battle we definitely do. But what I also want to do is take out the artillery battalion here, as well as this one, which I can do in one single battle, because if I attack this one, they will probably reinforce, and then they'll probably bring in some aircraft, so we might even be able to get some air kills as well, which would really help us moving forwards, because then they will have no artillery to help with the battle to save the 2nd Battalion of the 3rd Tank Regiment. So we're going to engage probably with the 82nd Training Regiment, and I might also bring in the 20th Training Division. And that way we'll have a bit of extra points to work with when we bring in the fighters, because it will probably be like some sort of bombing unit or maybe another fighter group that we've got to deal with. So we want to make sure we have enough points to buy those fighters. Either way, with that selected, let's tactical battle and we'll jump on in. So we're up against the 1st Artillery Battalion, 6th Artillery Battalion and the 101st Fighter Group. So it is going to be fighters on fighters. Interesting. We will just do a quick manual deploy. I'll get on with that. All done. Alright, let's go ahead and launch. And we've basically just got Reservished and Rekrutzi heading up each road towards the objectives. Anything we bump into, we'll just unload, and then we can just buy in more stuff that can continue down the road with their trucks. We've also got some AA, so I've got some 37 mils available from the 20th Training Division, so that'll be helpful. Let's see how we get on. There's the first unit we've got to stop for. It's going to be a bit of a pain. I guess I can just unload everything and we can just start spreading these out. It's absolutely fine. If we see any aircraft, we'll want to unload. We don't want these to move too far up. Okay, so we can unload these now. And we'll start bringing in my fighters. Now the great thing is in this situation is any fighter engagement we're going to have a huge advantage. So if I just sit over my AA, nothing they can do. Here they come. Let's make sure we unload these AA. And we come in. Oh, that's a lot of fighters. That is a lot of fighters. Big fighter brawl going on. Be cool. Like we'll be able to take out a few of them. It's going to be hard for me to really pay attention to this. So let's just get my boys unloaded. This could be an opportunity to wipe out this fighter group entirely. AA is kind of working overtime. We don't want the IARs to get too far away from the AA, otherwise they will most certainly get killed. I could also bring up the Hotchkiss trucks. We do have some Hotchkiss trucks. We'll spam those out as well. Oh, one of the 37s actually got killed. All by artillery. Okay, these are going to have to make sure they're moving. Direct firing this artillery as well. We're probably going to lose that 37. I didn't expect them to use them so far up, if I'm honest. Okay, a lot of their units have been shot down. Let's just try and clean out these artillery pieces that are ultimately going to slow me quite a bit. Not too much damage done there, honestly. Those are in trouble. Okay, we'll bring out some Pioneer. But honestly, I'm happy with how it's gone so far, because we've shot a lot of their aircraft down. Those fighters are going to be way less abundant and something I'm going to have to worry about a lot less, which is going to open up the opportunity to use more of my bomber units. The main reason I bring fighters is for this situation where I think there's going to be enemy fighters, and therefore like not having my own fighters will just get all of my aircraft killed, or at least, you know, force me not to use them, which would be a pain. So yeah, either way, losing 2 of the AA pieces is a bit rough, but I don't think I'm going to need them too much more throughout the campaign. It's just for battles like this, where you want to get the advantage over the enemy aircraft, that it really matters. Otherwise, let's just head to the flags. Anything and everything. Next tick, I will get a couple more of the fighters. We will need to, you know, pin down the artillery pieces. In this case, they might pin me down first. I got him. And we're closing in on the Schwaloza. Just take that out. Looks like some infantry in here as well. Some Motorized. Another IAR. We're going to have to make sure that the Hotchkiss move as well. Can't say we might shoot that down though. Just with the AA. Because the BF-129s are not very tanky. I'm going to strafe that. Hopefully we can pin it. Good. Kind of important that we do pin it. Right, we're 21-3. Let's unload the Recruzi there. All of these units on the move. Nice. One of the IARs there got onto the tail pretty well. We're in a bit of a weird predicament over here because yeah, these fighters are going to be pretty nasty. That's a G6R6, he's got 20 mils. One IAR, you can do it. Get on the tail. Yeah, nice. Okay, our ace is out and about. If I lose the ace, that would not be good. The G6s are really fast, so I do need to be careful not to get overrun. If Visanti can pull back, it looks like he's being targeted. Should allow the other IARs to get on target there. Good kill. Another BF-109 coming in. The AA helps out so much with those engagements, it really does. But that is a juicy total victory in 7 minutes and 27 seconds. The kills, obviously well in our favour. Loads of aircraft shot down. How many did we lose? We lost 2 IARs. It looks like one of their pilots was pretty good. We did lose a Reservist and a couple of AA, but the artillery catching me off guard there, actually. I completely forgot that they could do that. The artillery in this game is pretty nasty because of the smart orders. But we shot down, is that 13 BF-109s? Really nice air engagement. So that's taken them out. Surprisingly, it didn't disorganize the 6th Artillery Battalion here. Did they not join? Maybe they didn't join. Okay, well, doesn't really matter. Let's just move them forwards. Keep opening up this gap a little bit. Yeah, we will still have to have artillery fighting against us in this battle, which is a bit of a pain. I could... No, I was going to say bombard, but that's not going to make a difference. So we'll be fighting against the 2nd Armored Division, which is Nimrods, Toldies, like mostly just Toldies, and then the artillery. That's not a bad fight, honestly, if we just kind of commit both of these. Also, because the recon battalion's close enough, it will also get destroyed, so that's huge. We're really just going to be breaking down the door here and probably disorganizing these in the process. I would also like to maybe engage the 4th Motorized Battalion, so maybe I could wait and do that as well. Let me see. Because I think if we just attack with just the armored, with the artillery, which artillery will I bring? I'll bring these ones. And then we'll also bring some aircraft. Let's go for maybe the close support group. Then we can use the 1st Battalion of the 34th Infantry to engage the 4th Motorized Battalion in a separate battle. And that way we can really break down the rest of the units here and push up with all of our other forces towards Turda. That would be fantastic. So let's tactical battle, and we will jump on in. So they're bringing in the 102nd Dive Bomber Group. We have our 8th Close Support Group. So the Hs-129s, they can target what is most likely Ju-87s pretty well. They do have the 2nd Armored Division HQ with the Nimrods, so we're going to have to be careful about that. But otherwise, I'm just going to quickly manual deploy, and we'll get to it. I'm all set up. Let's get to it. So we brought in some Hs-129s that are going to be acting as my recon, just to kind of see how far up I can go before I need to unload. We do have some groups of T4s, so we've got the T4 Chititare there and the T4 Commander. Looks like there's AA, quite a lot of AA actually. They got the 40 mils up. That Hs-129 might be shot down immediately. But alas, we have our tanks in position, and they shall continue to push for us. They've just got same groups all across the front, plus some Venatori Moto for some screening with infantry. Hs-129 survived. Nice. Those Hs-129s are really tanky, so we can get away with that quite often. Oh, I'm going to have to be careful here. We'll spread out the tanks. I'll also make sure to bring in some AA. The Hs-129 might just be able to kill that. It has a pretty good frontal gun. Nice. The key thing here is going to be movement. We're going to have to keep moving. If I stop moving for any moment, we're going to get bombed, or we're going to get hit by something else. Let's bring up another Hs-129 to engage that Junkers. But which one he's attacking? And to go with this one though. Too much AA there. With any luck we can pin this one a bit, and it'll manage to get away with it. It's close. Resilience there paying off big time. Okay, Toldies down. It's one of the tanks dealt with. At close range, the Toldies can engage the T4s and take them out. So, gotta respect it. Get some more infantry to the middle. Good to see tanks helping us out there. That would be the best place for me to bring the 20 mils. I think if I concentrate them all, maybe on this left side, I'd be able to get some work done with those. Otherwise, you have T4s or T4s in the open, working their magic. Having the recon tank with those is pretty important. Especially if I'm going to move them up on their own without infantry support, because they're going to be so blind. Oh, big bombs coming in on the transport. Those are gonna hurt. I'll let that one fall back. Kubal went down. I got some Tindor military police in there. And I want to take care of. These don't have much range, so keep them somewhat centered, but we don't want to put them too far one side or the other. Start moving forwards with these a little bit more. Get all of their guns on target. But this T4 can basically go home, because it is very damaged after that bombing strike. I think I'll bring in some Stugs to help the push here. We've got to try and focus our way towards the flanks. We can head towards the crossroads here. It's a good position to hold. And these Stugs can join me in that position. Get some Moto in half tracks. This one, I don't know, I was hoping it comes in like a one with a gun on it or something, but it doesn't. I don't know where all of these are going, but there is a lot of Ju-87s hanging out. That one is going to get forced away, hopefully. Oh, there's still one more. And Nimrod's in there. Yeah, we've managed to force back a lot of those. Yeah, we're bumping into the Nimrods now. You only need one shot on target, I think, to get the Nimrod kill. But they can pen the front of the Stug at that range, so we gotta back it up. Will the 20 mils kill that? It's taking a lot of damage. It still managed to get a dive in as well, which is crazy. We're gonna have Hs-129 hanging out because we need to stop these bombing strikes. Like on this side, we can stop them with the AA, that's fine, but everywhere else is kind of struggling. We're gonna get some Consolidation. And, oh, there's a Nimrod on that side as well now. Let's go across here. Go and attack that like so. One can go in here and attack like so. I'll probably need something on the right to engage at the distance.
Medic! Înapoi! Încet! Grupa e la ordinele dumneavoastră, domnule.
I don't know if I managed to kill this one. Not this, we're gonna have to pin those. Well, that should be the Toldi gone. Good. Just close that bubble for us.
Mă duc cât de repede pot. Dacă ne surprind cu chestia asta în mișcare, suntem terminați. Mașina e pregătită, domnule. Atenție la inamic. Doar spune-ți-ne ce să facem.
A leader there. We'll put that with the AA. Two Nimrods.
Ordonați. Mergem la vânătoare. O să te las la aceste coordonate.
Yeah, I think I can probably push up this ridge.
Avem ordine, băieți. Așteptăm țintele. Suntem loviți. Sunt ca și morți. Aici cobori. Inamici în față.
We should win that engagement. Monotori Moto versus Lovis. That T4. Did that take a bombing strike? It looks like it did. You get that full back. That Monotori Decade got killed before it could unload. These guys are in trouble as well. Alright, let's push up the half tracks. Not much they can do about those unless the Nimrod gets involved. Oh, we lost the T4 Chatatare there. That because of the Nimrod. Fire. Crikey. At close range. Those Nimrods are no joke. Okay, looks like we've kind of broken through here at least. Right side's somewhat collapsed. One of the 20 mils got killed. Very difficult to do anything without having the aircraft help us out. Bounced off the ground. Could have crashed. I think those are just direct firing my Sturg. I could actually kill it, yeah. The direct fire is just not what you expect. Yeah, those can both retreat. Let's keep making progress here. Do I have some more T4s I could bring in? Getting up that ridge is always a bit of a pain. We need to hunt down the remainder of these Nimrods. Good kill. Right, we've broken the left flank. Now we just need to find and kill the Nimrod on this right flank.
Tancul este pregătit. Suntem loviți. Aici.
This has been a really tough fight.
Aici, Aurel, am reperat inamicul. Îi vom găsi și îi vom distruge.
I think it's just because of the ranges against the Nimrods that we've been struggling. And not being able to really properly shut down the enemy aircraft. We have the 20 mils, got Hs, that's it, right? When it comes to anti-air.
Să mergem să vânăm bolșevici. Ce aveți de făcut?
Still, I think we can get our victory that we need. Nice total victory.
Există bolșevici acolo, îi vom găsi. Te informez, inamicul e reperat.
Gonna bring up a few more units.
Inamicii în față.
Can hold the line.
Căcat! Atenție! Sunt pentru un control. Noi suntem gata. Frumoasă lovitură ochitor! Arată ca furnici.
Just gonna have the recon Hs-129s hanging about still so that we can target those Nimrods.
Ascult. Motorul meu e în flăcări. Recepționat. Căutăm și distrugem. Echipaj, la posturile voastre. Înapoi. Încet. Da, domnule.
Let's just say that the Hs-129s they're not the best dogfighting aircraft.
Înapoi, dar cu fața către inamic. Ai o problemă tehnică. Rancarde! Gata de zbor. Trăiască regele! Biruință sau moarte!
I really want one more flag at least. Give that flag to me. Got 3 seconds. 2, 1. No, it's a major victory, not a total victory. Disaster. That battle was not good. Really. 15 minutes, 32 seconds, 99 kills, 38 losses. Oof. Big oof. But in the grand scheme of things, it's going to be pretty good for us. Like, loads of the Venatori Moto going down. We lost 3 T4s, a T8, and a Hs-129. Nimrods, they're nasty. So in the end, yeah, 4 tanks, lost aircraft, bit of infantry. We did definitely destroy a lot of their units. And to be honest, it might just destroy them, yeah, because we did do so much damage and they had already been engaged before. So ultimately still a fantastic victory for us, even if it wasn't a total one. Alas, looks like we're going to be moving on to another attack here against the 4th Motorized Battalion. These really don't have many men left. They've got a couple of artillery pieces, a few 81mm mortars. They do, of course, have the backup of the artillery there. But this is another attack we're going to make. I will bring in some extra units in Phase B. Maybe like the 6th Army Corps can come in and help out. Like that. And then we'll bring in some aircraft. Maybe just some like Ju-87s would be fun. Bring our own ones. Get our own back, you know. Alright, it's tactical battle. And we will jump on in. So it should be a pretty simple battle. We're just going to, like I said, run them down. We'll just bomb anything that gets in our way. So I'm just going to quickly deploy. Looks like I'm ready to go. Yeah, super fast. Just put down a load of recruits here on the roads. They'll just initially move forwards, take ground, and then we'll bring in the bombers to help us out afterwards. Every tick we can buy 1 bomber. I've got 1 at the start. And then if it gets to Phase B, we do have extra reinforcements if we need them. Okay, the push begins.
Aveți ordine, capitane? I-am zdrobit.
I do have Infanterist that are going to be heading through the trees here, just to make sure that it's clear on this side. Don't end up with the bubbles.
Acțiune pregătită.
And we also want to make sure we unload here so we don't get killed by that bazooka. That was kind of lucky.
Ușurel, băieți, inamicul e aproape.
I took them out quickly. Recruitsi are pretty nasty at close range because they do have a submachine gun and the ZB, and the ZB it has the move and shoot, which means that they can fire at close range.
Toți să-și verifice muniția.
Also can be, of course, fired on the move.
Inamici în față. Sunt lovit.
The main thing that the M&S stands for is to distinguish machine guns that can be fired at close range and on the move, and those that can't. Like an MG34 and an MG42 can't be fired
Ascultăm.
at close range or on the move, whilst a ZB30 in this case can. Okay, I don't know why I'm messing around with this, might as well just bomb it, and then we can go ahead and bomb this
Scoate-mă de aici.
artillery piece, because that's going to stop me from moving across the open there.
Inamici în față. Gata de zbor. Sunt lovit.
And these guys are too dug in for my liking.
Escadrila e pregătită.
Let's get these Ju-87s on target.
Indicați-mă țintă.
Perfect.
Sunt plin de găuri. Terminat.
Counter recruits are there. Very nice.
Am marcat. Dați și ascultă.
Everything else has been a bit of a walk in the park at the moment, which is good.
Sunt lovit.
Make sure those retreat as soon as possible
Da, capitane.
and get them working for us again. I'll bring up some ZBs now as well. It'll be helpful in the ranged engagements. Because whilst they're only really using solid guns, which aren't terribly powerful, our recruitsi are disheartened, so any ranged engagements over time will not go in our favour.
Medic! Infantiriștii sunt pregătiți. Avem ordine, băieți. Gata de transport. Nu mai putem suporta. Gata de transport. Fixați baionetele.
Time for another bomber.
Problemă tehnică. Ioane, jos! Da, domnule. Ușurel, băieți, inamicul e aproape. Aici cobori. Ascultăm. Scoate-mă de aici. Este mort. Indicați-mă țintă, vă rog.
Like a waste. We'll bomb in the middle instead.
Da, domnule.
Good kill on the MG there.
Care sunt ordinele dumneavoastră? Infantiriștii sunt pregătiți.
We're really starting to outnumber them. Get the bombs onto this model of base.
Sunt lovit. Gata de zbor. Scoate-mă de aici.
If you've never played this game before, by the way, the number next to the name in orange is penetration value. Something that I just thought I'd point out. That can be confusing if there are
Ghid, punct lovit.
people watching this for the first time.
Corpul 4 gata de acțiune. Toată lumea afară. Ivan îți face probleme?
Left side's going to need some reinforcement shortly, but one of our Ju-87s is ready to go again. So we'll go and bomb. So let's just bomb these two infantry units next to each other. That would be a better target for us.
Grupa e la ordinele dumneavoastră,
This one can
domnule.
go for the 105.
Nu mai putem suporta.
They really don't have much infantry, so the more we push and the more we kill,
Medic!
the quicker this is going to be over. We are losing some infantry here and there, though.
Ai o problemă tehnică.
It's a good kill.
Sunt lovit.
Let's
Da,
see.
capitane.
I think the next tick will buy infantry for the left flank.
Ascultăm. Sunt lovit. Indicați-mă țintă.
nice.
Fixați baionetele, da, capitane. Nu mai putem suporta. Inamici în față.
There is something behind me on the right there.
Ioane, jos! Ivan îți face probleme? Ioane, jos! Care sunt ordinele?
Another question that I often get asked is like why I'm not using recon. The recon assets like these snipers are super rare. I guess I could use Kalashi in this situation, probably be a pretty decent idea, but when it's infantry versus infantry, generally advance under contact is a perfectly reasonable way to scout. Send some infantry forwards, as soon as they fire at you, you spot them anyway, so it doesn't really save you by having recon and spotting them first. In this case, I actually don't want them to spot me first, or I don't want them to engage, you know, before we're close, because otherwise I'm just gonna lose the engagement anyway. We're looking for some nice bombs on target here. Oh, that missed. Bit of a shame.
Ai o problemă tehnică. Retragerea. Nu am muniție, la dracu. Fixați baionetele. Taci și ascultă la capitan. Înapoi, înapoi. Ioane, jos.
Good kills otherwise. All of these can unload, we start pushing through on that left side. I think Consolidation needs to run away.
La atac! Plutonul este format și pregătit. Feud, dau drumul la O. Ai o problemă tehnică? Atenție la Ivan!
Don't really want to be targeting stuff we can't see, because that does cause the misses. It's kind of crazy that they're just standing there thinking that. Belong. As it goes to phase B, I can just buy the rest of my bombers. Although there's only one left actually. Can also just get the Ju-87s to use their strafing runs, although these ones only have like MGs. The German ones have 20 mils, which is kind of nice. I'm looking for the total victory. Technically might not need a total victory. That's going to be a good bombing strike. It's going to hit both those Motorized. Enemy artillery coming in is a bit of a nightmare for us at the moment. Let's just go and hit some of those. And just fire position those artillery. just get the Ju-87 recon out. Another bomber.
Inamici în față. Grupa e la ordinele dumneavoastră, domnule.
And we're just walking on that objective. I'm hoping to be able to
Care sunt
be walking one of these.
Mențineți poziția, soldați. Ioane, jos! Escadrila e pregătită. Abandonez. Inamici în față. Este mort.
I can use Ju-87 clusters to strafe stuff. I guess it's a bomb as well. But it looks like we did manage to get the last flag I needed, so that's going to be a total victory. Nice. That's good. 11 minutes, 38 seconds, 50 kills, 12 losses. We did lose a reasonable amount of like recruits in Feud. I'm not too worried about it, honestly. It's all in the name of progress, right? Okay, that's completely destroyed them. Cool. All right, well, just the artillery unit in our way. We can keep shifting these up a little bit after those engagements, and yeah, I think that's just what we're going to do. I'll make sure to move the rest of my forces. I'm opting to bring in some more reinforcements. We're bringing in the reserve division here, the reserve division of the 11th Infantry, the 2nd Division HQ, or just the 2nd Infantry Division, has a bunch of like Hs-129s, so that's really nice. So I'm going to be using those, and those can all just like start heading up here. And we also brought in the 7th Infantry Division. This one has Zreni, really good guns, and also the Jagdpanzer 38T. Like the Zreni is fantastic at both against armor and infantry, and especially considering they're 2 vet in this campaign, that's really nice. Everything's moved. We've pushed through the bridgehead, set up on the other side of the river now, which is great. All of our reinforcements are getting closer and closer on this side. I think there's going to be some fun battles here. We also need to look into attacking on this side, but unfortunately, guys, it has been my time. Next time around, yeah, we'll look at what I want to do here. Maybe I can attack the artillery, and in doing so, can also destroy the units next to them. That could be a good shout. The issue with attacking is, of course, I'll lose my dug-in status, so it's kind of and ahhing about that at the moment. But otherwise, yeah, the front's looking good. Great progress there. We're holding back all of these forces on our right flank. They haven't decided to attack us yet, so I'm just going to sit there with the dug-in units, and that should be fine. All right, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.